Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to do a deck profile on the last Bermuda Triangle deck that I have built. So this one is the Liddy one. And this one, the goal behind building this deck was actually showing you can build a Liddy standalone deck that doesn't rely on Loris or doesn't even use Loris. As well as focusing more on cards with a Harmony effect. It's basically to try to utilize the Harmony mechanic more than you would in a more, I guess, just a regular run-of-the-mill Bermuda Triangle deck. So, this deck will feature a lot of Harmony card effects. So, first card here is Sincere Girl Liddy. Liddy has the Harmony effect, so if she's Vanguard or Rearguard, she can generate the Harmony effect. And then she also has a GB1 skill when she's the Vanguard. So you kind of want her to be the main Vanguard compared to the other card that's in here. But she can become really, really strong. And on top of that, that's the main reason why I'm also trying to run as many cards that generate the Harmony effect as possible. So the next grade 3 is for Little Princess Hamari. So Hamari is the common grade 3 that came out in Academy of Divas. She also has the Harmony effect, just like Liddy. She has a Vanguard or Rearguard GB1 effect as well. So that's why I like her as a backup grade 3 to Liddy. But oftentimes, in reality, most matches you almost never even call her onto the field as a Rearguard, so because she'll just be stride fodder. But once you reach GB1, depending on what your hand looks like, you can call one of these down if you have the open spot. Because most of the time opponents don't like to attack into grade 3 Rearguards that sit on the field because they're 11k for one thing, and also we're not really in a meta anymore where there's a ton of like 12k things that would attack into a Rearguard instead of a Vanguard. So she's okay to call down into one column. So that's another reason why, because she has Harmony effect, so she was probably the best backup for Liddy. Otherwise, you can try running like a Break Ride, Vert, or some random stuff, but I don't really know if that's needed in here, since the focus is generating Harmony and the GB1 skill, as well as striding. Next, for grade 2s, for Top Gear Idol Sonya. So Sonya has the Harmony effect, and when she's in Harmony and when she attacks, she gets plus 3k. So she's the 12k for the deck. So her with Hamari in the Rearguard lanes generates proper numbers to the Vanguard. Next I'm running 3 Victory Appeal Philly or Feli. The only thing I don't like about her is she's 8k based, but she does generate the Harmony effect, and also she has the once per turn. When she goes in Harmony, you can kind of almost want to draw a card. So this is the budget card, I guess, for the new cards that draws you cards. The only downside of her is that she's 8k based, so that's why we're only running 3. And then I am running, for the last grade 2, I am running 4 Unbelievable Girl Potpourri. Potpourri is really good because she doesn't use any counterblast. She has the Harmony effect. And when her attack hits on GB1, and when it hits a Vanguard, you can bounce one of your other Rearguards. And if this unit's in Harmony, you can call down another one as R. So she can potentially help you get an extra attack. So she's kind of like a lesser version of the generic GB1 when it attacks a Vanguard and is boosted. Why is she lesser than that one? Because she has to hit the Vanguard. For grade 1s, this deck is actually running 2 Pumo, again, for the Shadow Paladin lineup mainly, but it's a pretty good defensive card, even in matchups where you're not up against Shadow Paladin. It's just really good. 10k grade 1. Works really well in decks that run the Quintet wall, like this one. So I am running 1 Kolima, and then I am running 2 Ellie and 1 Arya. So this deck was the one that had all the leftover Sentinel things. So the original Ellie, the reprint Ellie from the Prism days, and then the Arya from last year's duos, and then the duo Kolima Quinta. So what I found is that Pumos does work surprisingly well with the Quintet Wall because it's when it's placed on G, it doesn't have to be from hand. So that's why I'm running 2 of them in here. And really, you have the open space available for them, so might as well just run them. None of the grade 2s, well actually no, I take that back. Only this one does counterblast, but it's not like you're counterblasting as much because Liddy only counterblasts when she's placed on the Vanguard circle, that one turn, and then she counterblasts the rest of it. So otherwise, there's a lot less counterblast in here, so you can run the Quintet Wall, so there's room for Pumo. Next, we're running 3 superb new student Shizuku. I was able to actually build these 2 decks split together, or split up, because I did pull 6 Shizuku out of the 8 boxes. So I could do 3-3 like that, instead of 4-2. I just think 3 is a fine number. 4 is okay if you really don't want to run anything else. But I just think there's space for other cards. So I think 3 is really the maximum best number. Next, 3, Sweet Paradise Manya. Manya in here, same reason as Sanya, because these 2 together in the same column, when they go in harmony, it just becomes an enormous column. So this is 10 and this is 12, so that's 22 to a rearguard or vanguard. And then you just bounce this one with either the Vanguard or this thing, or the Stride thing, or Potpourri's effect if they let it hit, so you can reset it. So last grade 1 is 2 Shandy, just for Stride. You'll tend to have a bunch of grade 3s because of Shizuku anyway, so 2 is really enough. It's nice because that way it frees up space to run other grade 1s. For the grade 0 lineup, I am actually running the 4 new stand trigger in here because it has a pretty decent effect and it does generate harmony. So remember I was talking about generating harmony? Well, this card has harmony. So that does help. That helps Sanya. 12 plus 4, that's 16, and all that kind of stuff. So it works in here real well. And then just 8 critical. Because like I said, you tend to have a big hand anyway from the Counterblast 1 draw when it's in harmony. And Liddy's attacking for huge numbers when you have like a bunch of things in harmony as well. So they're going to be dropping a lot of guard, so you'll be keeping a bigger hand than them most of the time. So 8 critical and 4 stand, because stand and critical is actually a pretty good combination. And then 4 heal, self-explanatory. And then I am running the common starter from Academy of Divas. So this one is Mako. And I actually like Mako a lot in the sense that her effect is just really easy to pull off. After you stride, you automatically have the GB1, and basically when at the end of the battle that she boosts, you can bounce it back to the hand. So you can send it up and use it as a 10k shield next turn. You can call it back down on a different lane, like if you want to reset harmony effects, like with Sanya for example, or something. So it's just really easy. And then later on, like if she's behind a rear guard, you can swing this with the rear guard, and then she goes back to the hand. And then again, you can just loop it in a really good way. So I like it a lot, but it's kind of like an improvement of the Prism starter that Prism's got last year, the Duo Prism, Tiza or whatever her name was. But anyway, because it doesn't have to hit, it just has the boost. So it's actually pretty good. Doesn't use any counterblast. I like that, and you can just recycle it. For the Stride deck, again, 2 Olivia. Just because it is a Stride-focused deck with the GB skills, so Olivia's really good. 2 Amoris. Amoris is just really good to bounce things and reset up the columns, get harmony effects off that turn. So Amoris is actually really good in here. And then Somni is in here too of her because she's also pretty good. She can do the similar sort of scenario with resetting Harmony, but she does have to hit, so I like to usually use her as the first stride. If I don't have a very good board, I'll use her. Otherwise, if I do have a pretty good board and I want to generate a bunch of Harmony that turn, I would rather use Morris. So it just depends on the situation. And then the last two, you could either run 2 more Olivia, so you could use Olivia's effect twice, or you could run more Somni or Morris. But I'm just running the same Blizza and Atmos, mainly because, like I said in my previous deck video or deck profile, Blizza and Atmos are really good. Even Atmos in late game can be really good because it's pretty annoying because the opponent will have to throw extra shield from their hand. So I still think these cards are just pretty good, very high utility based cards that help in a lot of situations. So anyway guys, that was my last Bermuda Triangle deck profile for now. I'll be doing some other videos in the future, and we've got the new Angel Feathers and other stuff coming up in a couple of weeks. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this set of videos on Bermuda Triangle. I'll try to do some match videos featuring these decks in the future, but I'm not sure. I've just been really busy lately. But stay tuned for those, and they'll be up eventually. And as always guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.